Johnny Ball.
Here.
Vice Mayor Bill Costner.
Here.
Alderman John Bugg.
Here.
Alderman Freddie Gregg.
Here.
Alderwoman Kathy Hope.
Here.
Alderman Kenny Morgan.
Here.
City Attorney Terry Hurst.
Here. Thank you. Item 3 is approval of the minutes of the previous meeting, the regular session on November the 8th, 2011. Do we have a motion to approve?
Make a motion.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying yes.
Yes.
Opposed is no. I hear none. Next item is recognition of a city employee. That's Tim Strong. He'd come forward. Surprises are always good. Come on back around here. This is well earned. We appreciate everything you do for the city of Newport.
I just did my job. That's all.
You did, and you did it well.
That's what you asked what's been for.
That's right. Thank you, Tammy. Picture.
He did that, son.
4, 9, 7, 8, 9. Well, David might do it to the camera. Scott Collins reports.
Mayor and Board, a few issues to report on. The Tanner Cultural Center, we had a meeting there about 10 days ago on Friday, and went through the building top to bottom with an industrial hygienist. He took a lot of environmental tests and a lot of samples, and we should be getting a report hopefully by the end of this week. He told me 2 weeks, and it'll be 2 weeks Friday, so I'm hoping for Friday to have a definitive plan on how we can get in there and get that building ready for people to move back in. Another very positive issue is the final closeout for the transfer station rural development project will be either this Friday on the 16th or Monday the 19th, and once that project is closed, the city will be reimbursed $235,000. Will go back into our general fund. A couple of other grant notes. We had a meeting this past week on the Community Development Block Grant, the CDBG, that was awarded for $500,000. That'll be putting water lines in the Del Rio community, making our utilities stronger service. And the schedule, as discussed the other day, would allow the project to be completed and allow us to apply for 2013 CDBG funds. So that's the way we're working on that, and it is currently in the environmental phase. Also, phase 2 of the Riverwalk is continuing in the environmental phase, and we're just proceeding with it, and hopefully by January or February we'll be able to go to design. The next issue is the 4th annual Santa's Land was highly successful. It was decided by the committee to move it to the Riverwalk this year, and very well received. Estimates ranged from anywhere from 2,800 visitors to over 3,000 visitors, so we was very pleased with the turnout and all the beautiful decoration. And next month we'll have some recognitions of the great volunteers that work so hard. Finally, City Hall will be closed on Friday, December 23rd, and also Monday, December 26th, in observance of Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Also, the sanitation department will be closed on the same days, Friday and Monday. And they will pick up Friday and Monday's garbage collection on Tuesday. And then Tuesday's collections will be picked up on Wednesdays, along with Wednesday's collections. And by Thursday, we should be back on regular schedule. And Chief, do you have a couple of things?
I do. Thank you. Mr. Mayor and Board of Aldermen, I just wanted to take this opportunity to congratulate Donald Copley Jr. He's a patrol officer with the police department. We met today with the Governor's Highway Safety Office and the Mothers Against Drunk Drivers in our annual awards banquet, and Donnie was awarded a certificate for his enhanced efforts in DUI enforcement. We nominated Donnie, and he was one of the 5 recipients at the presentation today that was awarded a certificate for his efforts, and we just want to applaud him for his efforts in enforcing the DUI laws and helping keep our streets safe. Thank you.
Mayor, that's all I have, sir.
Thank you, Scott. Next item is an appointment to boards. The Police Civil Service Board, Linda Branham's term is up. She is requesting to maintain that position if the City Council so pleases. So I'd like to ask Council if they're your approval on that, if you'd like to let somebody make a motion.
I'll make a motion.
We have a second. Any discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying yes.
Yes.
Opposed is no. I hear none. Under new business, item A is the second reading that we discussed at the public hearing concerning the zoning regulations for digital reader boards, and it's my understanding that y'all want to scratch that at this time from the discussion we had at that, so we'll mark off item A. Item B is the first reading of ordinance 2011-12, the Newport Grammar School budget amendment.
And Mayor, I'll read the heading of that ordinance into the record. It's ordinance number 2011-12, an ordinance to amend Newport Grammar School's budget for the fiscal year beginning July 1, 2011 and ending June 30th, 2012.
Do we have a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion.
Do we have a second?
I'll say.
Any discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying yes.
Yes.
Opposed is no. I hear none. Item C is the first reading of ordinance 2011-13, Newport Grammar School budget amendment.
And again, Mayor, this is, to read this into the record, it's ordinance number 2011-13, an ordinance to amend Newport Grammar School's budget for the fiscal year beginning July 1, 2011 and ending June 30th, 2012.
Do we have a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion.
Do we have a second?
I'll say.
Any discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying yes.
Yes.
Opposed is no. I hear none. Item D is resolution 2011-27, debt service.
And Mayor, this is, we discussed this at the workshop last week. It is a resolution that deals with our policy on servicing our debt. The state has recommended and requires us to pass a debt service policy, and this was approved and adopted by Task, I think. Yes.
Do we have a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion.
Do we have a second?
No, sir.
Any discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying yes.
Yes.
Opposed is no. I hear none. Item E, Fire Chief Randy Reagan indicated to me that is still in the process, and that won't be on the agenda for tonight. That's the interlocal agreement for fire protection. As soon as that comes available and the attorneys get through with their part, then that will come back before the board later. Item F is approval of the consent agenda, which only has a roadblock for Grad Fest. Do we have a motion to approve?
Motion.
We have a second? Any discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying yes.
Yes.
Opposed is no. I hear none. Under bids, we have asphalt bid before you. It's the only one we've got. It's from Newport Paving.
I'll make a motion.
Got a motion?
I'll second.
Have a second. Any discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying yes.
Yes.
Opposed is no. I hear none. Next is 5-minute available comments from citizens. Tip Brown.
Mr. Mayor and council members, first I want to commend all the city employees that have worked so hard to make the Riverwalk a thing of beauty. But I'm here to express my concern about the curbs that have been placed blocking access to my property, which has been owned by my family since 1930. We have paid taxes on this property for over 80 years. That access has been open for over 40 years, and now at times, when Brown Funeral Home has a large funeral visitation, I am completely blocked from entering or leaving my property. I have a picture that was taken on 11/21/11 around 1 o'clock that shows that my property was completely blocked. If I had needed an ambulance or an emergency vehicle, personnel could not have gotten to my property. In fact, about 2 weeks ago, Pam McCamus went down to my dock on the river to relax about an hour before her shift began at the sheriff's department at the annex. When she got back to her vehicle, the exit was blocked. She had to leave her trunk on my place overnight and had to walk to work. I have had facts misrepresented to me about the walk since day one. Property owners have been bullied, not physically bullied, but politically, by threats to condemn our property and take our property, shamed and embarrassed by politics. And I have a letter that reinforces exactly what I'm saying. Bullying is wrong no matter what course it takes. And because of this, I have turned a deaf ear to anyone wanting to talk to me about the walk. I am the only business in downtown Newport that the city has placed curbs restricting access to their property. What would happen if you placed curbs in front of the banks, the funeral homes, the Newport Grammar School, or God forbid, the City Hall? You have to cross the sidewalk to enter all these places. If you leave McSwain Bridge and walk to the city park, you have to cross 5 streets, 16 driveways, and 1 business. Are all these junctions going to be curbed? I pay taxes just like every other business, and I would like to be treated the same. For the last 2 years, I've let the city use all my facilities during the showcase on the river. My porch and electricity for entertainment, my yard for the Indian display, my water for the dunking booth, and at no charge to the city. But what do I get in return? No discussion beforehand. When I inquired about it, I was told that I would be left about 12 feet for access. Then about a week later, curbs were installed, completely restricting my access to the property. When I asked about this, I was told point blank that curbs were mandated by the state. This is not true. This problem will be so easy to rectify. In Matthew 7:12, simplified, do to others what you would have them do to you. Please remove those curbs. Thank you.
Thank you, Ted. Any comments from council?
I would like to say, Connie, I do agree with Ted. I do. I don't think that it's necessary. And it can be rectified very easily if everybody would just work together.
Any other comments?
I have a comment.
Yes.
Not about that.
Okay.
I'd like to present to the council, 2 weeks ago we launched our elder awareness program here in Newport, and we are asking all the businesses, schools, churches, every entity to purchase a sign and either post it in their storefront window or in a neighborhood of your choice. If you purchase a neighborhood sign, You will be able to put your sponsorship, your name at the bottom of the sign, and the sign will be posted in a neighborhood of your choice. This is an exterior sign, and it's two-sided, and it's reflective, with reflective coating on it, so you can see it at night. So it is our goal to saturate the market with these signs, so we need to heighten the awareness that elder abuse is a reality in Newport and Cott County. So we ask that the city post these signs on their properties around town and show some support for the program. Both signs are the same size. This is the outdoor sign is $50, and the indoor interior sign is $25, and both of them are two-sided. But only the neighborhood sign will have your a sponsorship name on the bottom. So.
Mr. Mayor, if I could address that as well. Sure. We've been working very closely with Elder Watch in our meetings. We decided to work with design, come up with an agreed design for that sign. And on behalf of the police department, we have purchased one for our office window, and we're going to place one hopefully on White Oak Avenue. We get to pick the community that goes in. We're going to purchase that through our publicity subscription and news account. And also, my wife and I have purchased one to have placed on the community sign as well.
And might I add that it's been very well receptive with the community. I have had many people call and let me know that they're willing to purchase a sign. So I think that with everybody's help and partnership with this program, we can make a dent in the frequency of elder abuse.
Can you give a phone number or personal contact so they can...
Call me, Carlene Robinson, at 623-7296. I also brought some little order forms here for everyone, so, well, maybe not everyone, but for all the councilmen. So I have these here, so that will help you to purchase the sign. Thank you.
Any other comments from citizens?
I think just a minute.
Toys for Tots is Saturday, and Council, Mayor, anybody in here, y'all are invited anytime if you want to come and see what happens. 12 o'clock Saturday, we'll be doing the Toys for Tots at the main fire station downtown. And Chief Shields lets us block off the street right in front of the building every Saturday that we do this, and we really appreciate it. It's C Avenue.
That way we won't have to call each other this week.
Let's see. I spoke with Bob Richards of the Tennessee Greenways and Trail Program. He's the coordinator of that program, and I spoke with him on December the 8th. And he informed me that as far as he knows, putting down barriers is not a regulation, but it's a local decision. And he referred me to Neil Hansen, who is the enhancement coordinator for the Tennessee Department of Transportation. I spoke to him last week, and I also spoke to him again today. And I explained to him what had been happening, and he said that it should be worked out locally, and we're hoping that we can do that. He also reiterated that there are no regulations, that the city could have chosen to paint lines there and probably would have saved money there in that area. And I also wanted to express my concern. I know that we received a grant, the enhancement grant, and I believe it was for over $300,000. And I know that this year where there are no more in-kind funds, and so that means, in fact, that we will be having to fund $69,000 of that grant. Whatever is spent, we have to fund 20% of that. And since as of May 2011 of this year, there are no more in-kind, which if people don't know what that is, we can't use our employees for the city, we can't use our equipment, and that will not be taken off of that money. So Honorable Mayor and council members, I'm just concerned that if we have the money to fund that. just wanted to make that comment.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other citizens?
I have one thing, Connie.
Yes.
Johnny Jones is here tonight,
Yes.
and he is concerned about his being hired full-time.
Yeah, he spoke with me about it.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, until there's funding to make it full-time, I don't know. It has to be in the budget for a full-time employee.
Dane said it was in the budget.
But he put it into his budget for this fiscal year.
It was in the budget we approved.
It's what, I don't know. That's what we were told.
It was in Dean's budget request, and by the time we got through working through the cuts and everything, it was cut out.
Is that the 10-11 budget or 11-12?
11-12.
Any other comments? We have a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion.